All right, hello everybody. Happy Wednesday. This is our mobility move break. My name is Ellen. I'm a fellow today, which is exciting. And we're going to do another focus on hips because it's just so important. And a lot of us sit all day and just don't take enough time to really stretch them out or move them around. So you really only need a space on the floor like a mat, and then maybe a chair or the end of the sofa for one of our last exercises. I'm going to be a little creative and grab a foam roller, and that's going to help when we do this one standing exercise. I'm going to use that foam roller. So a table, a chair, anything like that will work. So let's start on the floor, and we're going to start with a movement or exercise that we've done before. So I'm sure y'all can hear me. I'm actually going to take my socks off and get nice and comfy here. So we're going to start with windshield wipers. And you're going to start with your hands behind you. Feet can be nice and wide here. Feet on the floor. I know we've done this before, but what I want you to do is drop your right knee down, and you're going to hold that left knee up until your right knee can't go any further or farther. Not sure which one it is. Correct grammar. So you're going to drop that right knee until it can't go anymore, and then drop the left to meet it. And I want both knees to touch the floor. So you can open those hips can move here. All right, let's come back to the center, and then same thing on the other side. You're going to drop that left knee as far as you can, keeping this one steady when you can't go anymore. Then drop that right side. So same thing. So rather than just letting both of them collapse at the same time, and it was kind of hard to see with my all black attire here. But inhale, and then exhale. So keep this one out. Drop the opposite. Can't go anymore. Then bring the other one along. So nice and easy. So we're just getting a little bit more into the hips in a different way, a little more mobility focused rather than stretch, although you will feel that stretch. And you might find that one side's a little bit tighter than the other. For me, this one does not. That's really as far as it can go until I've got to bring the other leg down. All right, so let's go ahead and stay to the right. Okay, so all the way over. Okay, so this is almost going to seem like a bar movement. Okay, I want you to sit up nice and tall, nice broad chest. Arms are out in front of you. So we're going to work on the hips and the glutes. Okay, if you lean to the side a little bit, that's okay. The goal is to stay up right as much as possible. What you're going to do is lift your left leg. So you have your right in front. We're going to work on that left hip and left leg first. So you're going to lift it up. You're going to kick it out to the side, flex that foot, and you're going to swing it around. And then allow it to just gently rest on top of your opposite ankle. And then we're going to bring it back around. So you can probably tell right away how mobility is very different than stretching, right? So I am doing a big lean. And if your hips are tight, that's okay. Again, the goal is just to stay as upright as possible. We're going to do 2 more of these. Actually, let's do 4 on each side. Swing it around. You can hang out here for a moment before you bring it back. Again, chest up. And maybe hands on your hips. That feels better. You can do that. This makes me feel like I'm growing a little bit taller. And after you do a couple, you'll feel the hips start to open up. And hopefully this last one should feel a little bit better. Woof. All right, let's do 1 more. At the end of this, after the recording, I'm going to ask everyone how this felt. And if it was a little challenging, that's okay. Let's stay right here in your last one. Because with mobility, we're working into making our muscles a little more functional and increasing that range of motion. Okay, you can relax your arms down. You're going to take that foot right on the inside of that thigh as if you're making the letter 4. Okay, and then here we can take our hands back. So I want you to lift the chest, get a little bit of a stretch here. Maybe take that head back. Inhale, and then exhale. you're just going to reach for your toes here. So just a gentle hamstring stretch while we're in this position. And let's do that one more time, nothing too crazy. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades, lift the chest. Maybe take that head back and then exhale, just a gentle fold. Perfect. Okay, so now what we're going to do is once we swing it around, we're going to try to plant that foot onto the floor, and then you could use a hand. But what we're going to essentially try to do is come up to this open hip. I'm actually going to face the other way. Sort of an open hip lunge. I just want to show you what we're doing. Okay, so let's try that. So starting from the beginning. Okay, we have that leg behind us, right? This is a very functional movement. Again, you can use your hand. You're going to swing that leg around, right? You're going to bend the knee. You're going to plant the foot into the floor. Try to push in. You can use your hand like I am here, and then lift up into this sort of open hip flexor lunge. And this is where having that, for me, a foam roller or your chair or a stool, we're going to use that in just a moment. So let's try to do it 2 more times. Sit back, right? We want to work on strength and mobility in our hips. Especially as we get older, they tend to get weaker, and then we have a hard time moving around. That's why we're doing this. Oh, there we go. I got it this time. I'm going to lean forward a little bit, but that's okay. You can use a little momentum. Let's try it one more time. I'm going to get my foam roller set up. So you want to make sure you're right in front of that thing, whatever it is that I mentioned that I wanted you to have. So face that direction. Your sofa, your chair. Inhale and exhale. Woo, so we're in this open hip flexor lunge, okay? Now you're gonna go ahead and take that opposite leg and you're gonna make it more parallel as if you're doing a regular lunge, okay? Split squat, regular lunge. You're gonna tuck that back toe of your back leg and you're just going to push off of it and come into a balanced position. So almost like a warrior three. So you're gonna lift up. You're gonna keep your front leg slightly bent and you're going to extend this back leg. So hips are facing the floor. Use whatever you can that's steady for this balance. The foot comes down, that's okay. We're just all here to practice, right? All right, now if you can, hips are rotated to the floor. Try to open and rotate them. If you're familiar with yoga, this is called half moon. And then inhale, bring your hip bones back to the floor. You can also use a wall here. Exhale, rotate and tilt your pelvis. Stack your hips like you're doing a side plank. Inhale, come back to the center. Let's try it one more time. This is my weaker side. Actually, you can even try it on the floor. Open up. Inhale, and then exhale. All right, let's come back to that lunge. Step your knee back. Nice and tall here. Perfect. And then we're gonna slowly sit right back down. So you're gonna open that hip, come back to that first position. Sit back, and then relax and shake it out. Woo! All right, so how did we do? Thumbs up, was that hard? I know it was hard for me. It's okay if it was hard. So we're gonna do that same sequence on the other side, okay? So make sure you're facing that stool or chair. For me, it's a foam roller here. Okay, and now we're doing the other side. So for me, it's gonna be my right leg that swings around. So just gonna start with that first part. I'm just gonna face this way so you all can see. Nice and tall, arms extended. You're gonna lift that leg. For me, it's my right. Lift it off the floor. So you're gonna feel those glutes turn on, right? Inhale, you're gonna kick it towards the side and exhale, bring it to the front. And just relax it down. We do this 4 times. So lift, take it around, bend. So first couple might feel like you're the Leaning Tower of Pisa, but we're trying to stay as upright as possible. That's the goal. Okay, so feeling better after that second one. 2 more. Oh yeah, you just gotta do it a couple times to get your body nice and warm. So we're also really working our obliques here, especially if you are leaning. We're using those core muscles to stay upright. So here's your last one. So you just want to make sure you're doing 4. Last one. you can relax those arms. We're gonna make number 4 with our legs. You're gonna place the other foot on the inside of your thigh. While we're here, just a little bonus stretch. We're gonna take our hands behind us. You're gonna lift your chest. Maybe take your head back if that feels comfortable. Inhale, and then exhale. Imagine your hips being pulled back behind you, and you're bringing your chest to your toes. We don't wanna fold forward, just a gentle stretch. You should feel it right behind the legs. Let's do it one more time. Just a little bonus hamstring stretch. Inhale, and then bonus upper body stretch, and then exhale here, leaning forward. Perfect. All right. So now we're gonna come to, actually, oh, I didn't want to face this way for you all. All right, so now we're going to come up into that lunge, that open face lunge position, right? So starting back at your, I call it an S-sit. So we used to call it in dance team in high school. We'd sit here with our pom-poms and our nice S-sit. All right, here we go. Take it around. Plant that foot, lean forward, use your arms, use whatever you have nearby, maybe the wall, and you come into this sort of open-faced hip flexor lunge, if you will. And then we're gonna do it again. Sit back, we're gonna do it 2 more times. Make sure you're breathing here. And again, readjust your body how you need to. So I actually am having a hard time on this side. Oof, I was able to do at least one on the other. Let's try one more. Think of like if you've ever done a Turkish get up. It's very similar. You want to use your lower body and your hips and your core to lift yourself up and not have to reach. I know it's hard. One more time. Let's see if I can get it. There we go. Okay. Woo, okay. So we're in that open face lunge. You can hold that for another breath if this feels good. And then we're going to rotate to a regular lunge where think of your body being on railroad tracks, right? Hips are forward, your hip, knee, ankle are in a nice straight line. This feels normal for most of us. And now we're going to tuck that back toe. We're going to lift up and go into that balance again. It's almost like a single leg deadlift. All right, this is my much stronger side. Or like a warrior 3. There we go, in yoga. Perfect, so hip bones facing the floor, that standing knee is slightly bent. Take an inhale here, hip bones face the floor. Exhale, can you stack them? I can do this obviously much better on this side. And then I fall. And then inhale, bring those hips back to face the floor. And then exhale, stack them back. Being on this squishy mat is not working for me. Let's try it one more time. Stack the hips, find one thing in front of you to focus on, and then bring those hips back down. So it's just another way, another hip opener, right? And then from here, you step right back into your lunge. Maybe hold this for a breath. Get a nice stretch. Go ahead and sit back down. Woo, great job. Okay, so let's finish with the stretch. You all deserved it. That was tricky. Feet together, this is a butterfly stretch. I'm actually gonna do this on the foam roller. Your hips are still tight. It helps to sit up on something. But hopefully you should feel that your hips are a little more open. Got a little mini workout for your glutes. Take a nice inhale. Nice and tall here, and then exhale, just gently leaning forward slightly. All right, you want to press the chest out. Imagine your hips being pulled back. Even use your arms to press against the legs. Ooh, one more breath. And then slowly bring those knees up. We'll finish standing. So you can come back to a quick child's pose here. Quick little lower back stretch. And then go ahead and come on up. You can find a nice downward facing dog on your way up to standing. Feel free to pedal off those heels. All right, knees down, inhale, and then exhale. Let's come on up to standing. Nice and slow, head comes up last. And then maybe a couple shoulder rolls up there. All right, and then we will end this little move break with a nice inhale, bring those arms up. Exhale, bend the knees, shake it out. One more time, take it up and shake it out. All right, great job everyone, you are all done.